stuff in units or a little bit of everything or yeah? Okay, we'll just go here to the antenna panel for the fire alarm. As you can see, some of the stuff is in supervisory because the sprinkler guy doesn't have some of his valves open downstairs. So I believe there's 3 of them in supervisory. And then I actually have the horns disabled because we were doing stuff with the elevator and I didn't want the horns to be blasting, so they're actually disabled right now. And there is a couple troubles on here because of the account number for the monitoring company still needs to be installed, and for the phones, 1 and 2. So there's a couple troubles. The troubles pertain mostly to the fire alarm itself. Like if there's a device that's taken off, it'll say trouble, and it'll actually say where the device is located and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we're just waiting for the monitoring company to come and do the installation for the phone to get it up and running. So, but there's this panel here, and then there's the other room over there, mechanical room. This is the key. I'm sure you guys already know this. You know what I mean? Down, and then you got to push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you want to reset it or silence it. And the same thing in the mechanical room over there. I believe you can put your own code in there if you want, your own to pertain to yourself. So each person can have their own code that they want to push in there. I'm not quite sure how to do it. I'm sure it's in the manual. I'm not 100% sure how to do it, but yeah. So, and you can silence, and the silencing lasts for 24 hours, so it's not a permanent fix. It'll just silence the fire alarm until it's fixed. But it'll give you a notification that there's still an issue with the fire alarm panel. So if you guys want to go and take a look at the room over here, I think it's open. This is where all the goodies are. They're all motion, so it takes a minute to get them to come on. But here's the main panel right here, and I also have it labeled. This one is fed from the sub panel, which this is the sub panel, and it's 19, and it's this one right here. Okay, so this obviously does the same as that out here. This is just the bigger panel. It's got a booster panel. It's actually labeled inside here which NAC it serves. So you got basement, first floor like zone 1, first floor zone 2, and then feeds over to the booster panel, which is both zones on the second floor and then both zones on the third floor. So this is basement at first and booster, and then 2 and 3. And then here's the panels, the electrical panels. This is for everything in the building, like fitness room, exercise room, everything should be labeled in here. There's another sub panel here. It's fed from here. There's contactors in here for your outside fixtures. This building is taking the load for every pole light in this development. So every pole light is fed off this building. Okay? That building over there has like its sconce lights outside. They're fed off that building, but the pole lights are fed from here. And it's supposed to be that all the way through the whole development. So everything is coming from here. So we upsized the wire, number 8, and it's running all the way through there. So, this is the key fob stuff. The guy's supposed to be here for the key fobbing to let you know about that, and the Door King. We installed the wires and everything, but he's the one that put it together and put it on. So I'm not really quite sure on how the Door King system works. I don't know if it's a non-phone line or if it's a phone line. I think it's where you can activate through a cell phone. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if the women out there know a little bit more than that. I'm not sure on that. But yeah, this feeds all the common stuff here. Just this central location, this is it. So if you're looking for anything that feeds even the basement lights, anything is coming back to here. It's not like there's something on the third or something somewhere else. This is where you're at right here. Okay, any questions about this in here?
Are the pole lights on a timer or both?
Nope, it's just on contactors. It's on a photo eye. It's on a photo eye, yes. So like a dusk till dawn.
Yeah, where's it located?
That is located, actually, it's straight out right out the outside right there. So literally, I just ran the wire straight across, and it's probably, you can reach it off a 4-foot ladder.
Okay, alright.
Yep. Anything else about this? Obviously, phone, TV, data stuff is in here. So yeah. Anything for you? Anything? You can go look at one of the units if you want. And that's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Door King, what kind of system you guys have for that. And I think Nate is actually supposed to be here, I think, to talk about that too, so. This one is for any correct? Basic unit. In each closet, when you come in, there's a media box in here for the phone and TV location. I usually put it in the closet that's close to the front door, so people don't have to be traipsing through an apartment. So the media box is in here. I gave the keys to Russ. There's a key lock, and then there's 2 screws to open the cabinet up. So I don't know if he's gonna just have the maintenance people have that, or he's gonna give the tenant a key, but there's 2 keys per box, and every key will work in every media box. There's no apartment numbers, they're universal. I believe the magic packs are located in here. That'll be more you, and I don't know if these are locked, okay? Oops, this is the comfort packs in here. Furnace AC.
Yeah, manual's right there for everyone. Thermostat manuals inside the packet.
Right there.
Some of them are located in the living room, some of them are in the bedrooms, just depends on the unit. And
Filters are in the return grills. So you don't have to get in the closet. Yep, it's in the bedroom. Yeah, there's just two screws. Yeah, they're just both have. Yep.
And there's a couple units in this building that have just the PTAC units.
Right.
So.
The efficiency rooms.
And then over here's in the bedroom is where the panel's located.
Are you guys putting tabs in there to start? Are you guys putting green tabs in there right away?
Great tabs.
Yeah, that's what I'm walking here
Pretty
for.
sure you've already seen it. Usually I put it behind the door in the bedroom. In the efficiencies, there really was no good location, so it's basically, I can show you where the panel locations in them units are. But this is basically the panel. You got your range, your dryer, your heat, your AC, microwave, washer machine outlet, your bathroom, the garbage disposal dishwasher, kitchen number 1, refrigerator outlet, your bed, bath, and your smoke detectors, your living room and your lights, and then kitchen number 2. All arc fault for the dedicated stuff, and everything should be functioning correctly. I usually tell the maintenance guy maybe like every so often, if you can, or before you rent the unit. I've tested every single one of these breakers for the test on the arc fault. Maybe not a bad idea every once in a while. Just come and just push the button to make sure that it's functioning correctly, because if you can't push it and it doesn't, it won't do what it's supposed to do. It won't detect the arc fault on the breaker. So I had a couple that were bad in this building and I already changed them out when I went through and tested, but it's not a bad idea to come and check those out every once in a while, like if a tenant moves out, or maybe right before they move in, come and check those just to make sure. The bathrooms, each bathroom has a humidistat in there. For humidity control in the bathroom, there's actually, if you take the plate off, and all you gotta do is just pop this out, and there's little dials in there. There's timers, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I just set it for 10 minutes for the bath fan. Override, you can turn it off, and it'll obviously sense the humidity in the air, and it'll turn on automatically. And I believe this one's set up, I think this one might be set up to come on every hour for 5 minutes, just to get the humidity out. But you can certainly change that in the settings in there to whatever you want or whatever you're wanting for the humidistat itself. But yeah, override, you can turn it on, and it'll come on, and then when it detects the humidity, it'll come on automatically.
So when a person overrides it, like how long, does it just stay off for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, this one, I think, this one is set for cycles, so if they're in here and they wanna turn it off, it will come back on. I think it'll come on like an hour later for 10 minutes. So it's not like it's completely
It's not
off.
permanent override.
For sure, yeah. But yeah, they can come in, and if it doesn't come on, you can turn it on, which it should. It should sense the humidity. Because I think I have the sensitivity in the medium. I didn't want to put it really low because the room is so small, so I just kept it in the middle. But yeah, it should come on instantaneously, because when we were doing this building when it was so hot, these things were coming on all the time. I was going in and shutting them off because I didn't want them to keep running constantly. But yeah, they work pretty
No,
good.
I was just curious for the tenants, like,
For
so
sure.
you can let them know like how they work.
Yep, and like I said, maintenance, if they can, you can set it to whatever you want too. If you guys figure something out, hey, let's set these, this unit is like this, let's try to set this a little bit different. You can, yep, all you gotta do is take the cover off and that little bottom piece snaps off and the controls are right in there, so. Yeah, it works pretty good. So, any other questions? Anything, or?
No. For,
That-
yeah, the individual for each apartment?
That would have to be the plumber.
Okay.
I'm just with just doing the electrical and some of the heating stuff and the fire alarm stuff, so. Yeah, I think they're set up for a different time at some point, so. And like the monitoring for the fire alarm and all that kind of stuff, that's Midwest, so I'm not sure about any of that. I don't even know if it's even hooked up or anything like that to monitor that, so. And like the area refuge and stuff like that, I don't know if they've got a phone for that, you know. On my part, it all works, okay? I think that they would just have to come and program the stations. But I know the stations work on my part because me and my guy tested it, and she was there when we were doing it, so that the communication, the two-way communication works, so with that, so. Any other questions, anything else? Anybody? No? Did you want to go take a look at one of the efficiency apartments? For the PTAC, looking at the PTAC or the panel location in there, or? You guys want to see that? Okay. Doesn't hurt, I guess, right?
The main service come into this first floor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the right.
Yeah, and all the, well, I guess I'll just wait till those guys come in. So this one is the same, the closest closet, the media's in here, the media box is in here.
Okay.
PTAC for the heat and the cool, and then there's the panel location right there.
Is that a separate thermostat or?
I'm not sure, I think it's just on there.
Control that there.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think it's just controlled on there. I know some places, they always want a thermostat on the wall. You can do it either way, but that's where the control is for that.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, and for the service for the building is located on that side by the garage doors when you come in for the individual units, and it's on the outside of the building, and they're all labeled with the apartment numbers on it's like an engraved disc, and it's all labeled out there for each apartment. So. You got anything, Lenny? Okay. Anything else? Anybody questions or anything?
So are you guys all good on the HVAC, the PTAC, and the comfort packs and the units? Do you want to go through the exhaust in the garage? I think would be a good idea.
Sure.
Just to walk through what's
Yeah,
down
push
there.
out through the garage, what we know now, the better.